Meeting for January 23rd, 2025. It's the new year. Happy New Year again, everyone. At this time, I believe our city attorney has a notice to read.
That's right, Madam Chair. Thank you so much. Madam Chairwoman and members of the Commission, pursuant to the provisions of Section 286.011, parentheses 8 Florida statutes, I am requesting that at the City Commission meeting of February 13, 2025, an attorney-client session closed to the public be held for purpose of discussing the pending litigation in the matter of William O. Fuller, Martin Pinilla II, the Barlington Group, LLC, Calle Ocho Marketplace, LLC, Yo Amo, Calle Siete, LLC, Little Havana Arts Building, LLC, Little Havana Arts Building 2, LLC, Tower Hotel, LLC, Brickell Station, LLC, Piedras Villas, LLC, Futurama, LLC, El Shopping, LLC, Beatstick, LLC, Viernes Culturales, Cultural Fridays, Inc., Little Havana Bungalows, LLC, and LHAB Trust, LLC versus City of Miami. Joe Croyo in his individual capacity, Arthur Noriega in his individual capacity, Victoria Mendez in her individual capacity, Rachel Dooley in her individual capacity, ACL Marrero in his individual capacity, Dan S. Goldberg in his individual capacity, William Ortiz in his individual capacity, Luis Torres in his individual capacity, Adrian Placencia in his individual capacity, Renee Diaz in his individual capacity, Yvonne Bayona in her individual capacity, John Doe's 1 through 20, case number 23, CV 24251 RAR, pending in the United States District Court, Southern District of Florida, to which the city is presently a party. The subject of the meeting will be confined to settlement negotiations or strategy sessions related to litigation expenditures. This private meeting will begin at approximately 10 a.m. or as soon thereafter as the commissioner's schedules permit, and conclude approximately 1 hour later. The session will be attended by the members of the City Commission, which include Chairwoman Christine King, Commissioners Miguel Angel Gabella, Damian Pardo, Manolo Reyes, the Chief Financial Officer, Larry M. Spring Jr., City Attorney George Wysong, Chief Deputy City Attorney John Greco, Deputy City Attorney Kevin Jones, Assistant City Attorney Supervisor Eric Eves, Assistant City Attorney Marguerite Snyder, and outside counsel Raquel A. Rodriguez Esquire, Angel Cortines Esquire, and Jonathan Casco Esquire. A certified court reporter will be present to ensure that this session is fully transcribed, and the transcript will be made public upon the conclusion of the litigation. At the conclusion of the attorney-client session, the regular commission meeting will be reopened, and the person chairing the commission meeting will announce the termination of the attorney-client session. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Chairwoman.
Thank you.
I'm surprised, Mr. City Attorney. What is this all about?
This will be an attorney-client session, shade meeting as we call them, to discuss those cases that I listed.
Yeah, but who called for this?
Outside counsel requested that we at least provide the notice for the meeting.
What is the purpose of it?
To discuss, the purpose of the session will be to discuss settlement negotiations or strategy sessions relating to litigation expenditures.
Okay, so I was right on target. This latest lawsuit by these boys' attorney that he took these two characters on is exactly what I said he was. He tried to intimidate me to cave in and say, give him millions, but let me be. Well, I'm going to tell you now, for Mr. Pardo to hear me if he's on. If not, he could get the message. And anybody else here. If I got to stand alone, I am voting no for any amount that's put on the table, because as you know, and any attorney that's involved in this case knows, within maybe a couple of months or a little after that, this whole lawsuit is going to be dismissed against all the people that you mentioned, against the city, because they can't be suing for the same thing in one lawsuit after another, after another, after another. And after the two plaintiffs gave their deposition, they more than proved our case for us, and the judge is going to have no other avenues according to the law, but to dismiss this lawsuit with prejudice. So, how interesting. I wasn't even aware that this is coming out today.
So if I can I add a little color to this? So, Commissioner, remember we had a mediation, and so this was requested as part of that mediation to just update the commission on where we are in terms of what's been proffered, what our sentiment was relative to the responses during the mediation, and get some feedback. It's really just to update everybody based on the mediation we had.
And by the way, so you all know, that's my New Year's present. Between April 22nd and April 28th, the appellate court in Atlanta has agreed to hear oral arguments on our appeal in my case. And for those that are not attorneys, understand that when an appellate court gives oral arguments, it's very positive to the person that's appealing. But I don't have a crystal ball before me, but I will tell you that as long as you have honest judges, and I believe the ones in Atlanta are and independent, they will have to follow the law, and this is going to end up in two ways. Either they throw the whole case out, or they say that there's going to be a retrial. And then before the retrial, we go for summary judgment, and then we throw it out. So, lots of luck in these, boys.
Okay. Mr. City Manager, RE12.
So Madam Chair, we're going to take RE13 first. Obviously 12 and 13 are connected. So if you'd like, you want me to give the quick brief or you want to do it? Okay. So in reference to RE12 and the eminent domain proceedings, as a result of the compensation phase of the trial, jury came up with a price or value to the property. Subsequent to that, we met internally to discuss options, and as a result, one of the things that came up in conversations with Commissioner Carollo was a potential opportunity to pivot and approach the seller, the property owner, with regards to another piece of property that was also located in Little Havana, which is the item on 12 or 13, right? Yeah. So which is RE13. So we approached the owner with an offer that we would abandon the eminent domain process for the property along the river, and in exchange, would they have an interest and willingness to sell us the property located on 8th Street and 14th Avenue. After much discussion and negotiation, they agreed to indeed sell us the property in light of us compensating them for the attorney's fees, which we would have been obligated to do so anyway, as well as their expert consulting expenses. And then we would acquire the property at fair market value. So the item that's before you now is really a settlement agreement to really walk away from the eminent domain process and acquire this new property located on 14th and 8th. There's a value of $9 million that we've agreed to in terms of the compensation for the property, as well as the city facilitating the transfer of development rights that were transferred to that property to another property that the seller also owns as well. So all that's been agreed to. The property owner is here.
in case there are any questions. But other than that, it's been a fairly reasonable negotiation and discussion, and we look forward to the opportunity to resolve this and obviously look to the opportunity to build on the new property. Any questions?
Mr. Vice Chair.
After I saw the amount that the jury came forth on the price for the river property, two things came to mind. We're probably the richest landowner in the river with all the land that we own. And the prices that they're worth, if those numbers were correct, extremely high. Secondly, to buy a property that's just slightly under 15,000 square feet for $10.8 million, I'd rather buy one that's almost an acre for $9 million. The air rights that the manager is talking about, it doesn't affect what we could do with that property. That was brought out into that property above and beyond what normal would be, what you could build there. That was an addition that we as a city don't need. So I think based on the market value and on taking one over the other, we're better served as a city to pay $9 million for a piece of property that's almost 1 acre in the heart of 8th Street between 8th and 7th Street along 14th Avenue. And there's a lot that the city could do with that property.
Do I have a motion?
Move.
Oh, Commissioner Cabela?
Yes, I had one question, but I'm having a senior moment where I just forgot the question.
We all have that, don't worry.
I know what the question was. Yeah, okay, so by us, so if we agree to this and both parties have agreed, the other one will be moot, right? The taking, and we're abandoning the taking. So
Correct.
once we do the motion,
Yeah.
we're abandoning the taking,
Yeah,
right?
we're going to buy the one
Yeah,
at
but
8th Street, between 8th Street and 7th Street,
Right.
that whole block,
Right.
for the price stated, and we're abandoning the taking of the other property.
Regardless if you close on the deal later on or not.
Exactly. Once, we closed on the deal, and of course,
What happens if you don't close on the deal? Is the eminent domain still active on the other?
well,
No,
That's what I'm asking.
no, because we have a hard deadline on the eminent domain.
So in other words, if we do this today, we abandon we can't go back whether you close or not.
well, we got the money, so,
Right.
Mr. City Attorney, he brought something up, that let's get it on the table. Is there any reason why we shouldn't be able to close on this and not get a deal?
No.
All right.
Mr.
Ready?
City Attorney?
But
Did you say
just-
no?
we just
Or
want to
said the manager?
clarify. I'm sorry.
It's not an attorney.
George, are you going to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to clarify to Commissioner Gabella. He asked, are we abandoning number 12? And technically, we're combining 12 and 13. So there's still the contingency that, as the manager said, there's a hard deadline of when the check has to be in the registry of the courts. Once that date passes, it's over. But this resolution, RE 13, as modified, will give the flexibility to the manager to consummate the deal. And if it doesn't work out, then he can purchase the riverfront property.
Yeah, that was done in order to facilitate the language and the deal itself. I'm in no way, shape, or form feel like we're going to not finalize and consummate this deal, and we'll be abandoning the eminent domain. I'm absolutely confident that'll be.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second for RE. Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready, but
Let's go.
see what they
told
got
me to
going
wait.
there. Hold on.
There was a substitution memo. I think that's what they're discussing. Yeah. Yes.
So RE 13 will be as amended pursuant to a substitution memo distributed January 23rd, 2025 at 12:09 p.m.
Thank you. So I have a motion and a second for RE 13 as amended. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, wait, Commissioner Pardo, do you have any?
No, I support it.
Okay. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries
As amended?
as amended. And RE 12, do we need
A
to?
motion to withdraw.
May I have a
Motion.
motion to withdraw? I have a motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to withdraw carries for RE 12.
And just for the record, I did hear Commissioner Pardo vote in favor of the withdrawal, so 4-0.
Correct. And at this time, I would like to ask my colleagues if we can defer the rest of the agenda and for the DI3, can we defer until the second meeting in March? Would anyone have, is everyone okay with that?
DI3.
DI3.
We're deferring to when?
March, the second meeting in March.
Chair, there's only one meeting in the month of March. It's March 13th.
Okay, March 13th. Is that good? Commissioner Pardo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah, that's the day after my birthday. Why don't you make it my birthday? You can go out with a bang.
2 days before my birthday. Commissioner Gabello, when is your birthday?
You don't want to say, once he gets to that point,
It's in March
then he
also.
starts climbing.
No, I'm
towards me.
in February. I'm in February.
Oh.
19th.
February. Oh, coming up. Okay. So do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion.
I have a motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
DI3 is deferred until March 13th. And may I have a motion to defer PZ3 until when, Todd?
February 27th.
May I have a motion to defer PZ3 until February 27th?
Motion.
I have a motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And for the remainder of the agenda, may I have a motion to defer the remaining items to the next commission meeting?
Is there anything of the urgency here that we can?
Anything else? I don't believe we have anything else.
Can I just show one video before we're
No.
Chair, may I at least just read the items into the record?
Please.
Okay. So the items that will be deferred to February 13th, RE 15, SR 1, 2, and 3, FR 4 and 5, all the BC items, BU 1, DI 1 and 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm sorry, DI 5, 6, 7, and 8, PZ 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Correct. I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries
And my
unanimously.
apologies, the mover was Commissioner,
Gabella?
seconded by Commissioner Croyle.
Correct.
4-0, understood.
4-0. And that shall conclude the City of Miami Commission meeting for January 23rd, 2025. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you, Chair.